Colonial and JBS are paying ransom in the last few months. How unique are these cases?
Yeah, they're unique in that they have been discussed so publicly and widely. But ransomware is a common attack method. It's an industry for criminals that is booming. We hear about far fewer cases than are actually public. But of those that we do learn about 50% end up paying. So this is not extremely unique. Again, what is unique is that there has been so much public disclosure about these cases. We so rarely hear about actual attacks in a public domain.
The FBI said that they managed to get some of Colonial's ransom money back. How did they manage to do that? Does that mean JBS has some hope of getting some of their money back as well?
Yeah, they say they got back more than 3/4 of the money that the JBS paid, which is almost unheard of. We've been poking around trying to find other examples of law enforcement clawing back money, and I've been able to find exactly one other case from last year. So it is quite rare. It seems as though the FBI stumbled upon, through some good old-fashioned police work, the address where the criminals had parked the Bitcoin, along with some keys that allowed them to literally follow the money through the blockchain and access that cryptocurrency to claw some of it back. Again, this is very rare. Companies should not assume that when they pay a ransom that law enforcement will be able to get it back. But what they can learn from these situations, what we're all learning from these situations, is that the technology exists and law enforcement have the resources to pull off these operations in some rare cases. So again, it is certainly in the interest of victims to disclose ransomware attacks, at least to law enforcement, with the hope that perhaps they can be the beneficiary the way that JBS was, Colonial was.
What kind of response? We heard from the Colonial CEO in his congressional testimony this week. What kind of a response did he get?
Not a very warm one. Lawmakers are concerned that critical infrastructure operators have not done enough to protect critical infrastructure, and that in so many cases they're waiting to be hacked before waking up to the vulnerabilities in their networks and then hardening their networks. So there was plenty of concern and questioning about why CEO Joseph Blount Jr.'s company hadn't done more to protect themselves against ransomware leading up to that case. Now, in his defense, the company and their IR firm, Mandiant, stated that the exploitation occurred because of a leaked password that was unrelated to a breach in Colonial. So it doesn't appear there was necessarily a technical issue inside the company, but lawmakers certainly want better, more explicit protections around these networks going forward to protect critical infrastructure.